right now. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. My name is Tyrone Irvin, and this is Soapbox Heroes. We are here today with Tommy Israel and Robert Kelly. We are here with Robert made a rebuttal video. I'm tired. I just ran up and down a flight of stairs. Whew. Robert Robert just Robert made a rebuttal video to Tommy Israel's sound off. Tommy Israel came on last week and he did a sound off when Robert made a rebuttal to it. And so here we have a debate. And so I'm going to take a second and let Robert go ahead and lay out his rebuttal and, just give the premise of where he was coming from on his rebuttal. And we'll go from there. First, before we do that, Robert, introduce yourself.
Okay. Robert Kelly from Highland, California. I'm a student at Valley College and a father and a husband, and just somebody that's just interested in edifying people everywhere I go.
Okay. Tommy Israel, take a second and let the people know who you are, Tommy, the people who don't know already.
Yeah, I'm sure they already know. It's Tommy Israel, the Lion from Judah. Just on here for understanding and dialogue.
All right. So look, Robert, go ahead and take a second and lay out exactly the premise of your rebuttal, and then we'll go ahead and we'll go from there.
Okay. So just real quick, just to give you a little base foundation there. I did witness Tommy's sound off last week, and I decided to write a commentary on it that I did put on Facebook. Now, it's just basically what I saw in it that I took issue with. Ultimately, was that it was almost like a grift job, where it kind of gives you a false set of problems to deal with, so that they can slip you a false solution. The problem, coming right out and saying that, black people, like there's something wrong with black people that don't believe in the Bible, something that's wrong with black people that do not believe the way that you believe, because basically you started by saying that all black people were messed up. The black community is messed up. And no, there's messed up things about the community, and there's messed up people in the community, but that doesn't mean that the community itself is messed up. It's just like any other community. It's flawed, but it's beautiful, and it's going in a positive direction. So so some of the rhetoric that was attached to what you were saying, blaming homosexuality like homosexuality has some kind of negative impact on our community, like it causes more problems in our community. That's simply not true. Blaming Jews, which of course there's been conspiracies along the lines of race throughout history, but there is no rights that you have that are available to people in this country that you cannot exercise, and you do exercise them freely, as you did exercise your freedom of speech last week, and we know that our black leaders, that they're terrible, but it's not like we don't have recourse with the government where we can replace those leaders. We have just failed to do so because of our own personal responsibility not being met, not because, and so anything that we get as far as with them is something that we basically deserve because we've failed to do our job as a community in holding our leaders accountable.
So we deserve. So anything that, so these people can kidnap us and bring us over here, and if we don't follow by their rules, then we get served. That's what you're telling me.
What rules do you have a problem with following?
For one, if the same thing that happened to us happens to Jewish people, it's an outcry, like you see today. It's an outcry. So if you look on the news, where you go.
Hold on, Robert. Let him respond. Robert, go ahead, Tommy.
I'm sorry.
Every time they on the news, whether it's Fox or CNN, we must stand with the Jews. Anything happens to them, they get reparations. They got a country, they got money. But this didn't happen to us. They put us in the ghettos. Right. And when they put us in the ghettos, then they started seeing us getting numbers to get stronger. They brought in people from France, Spain, all these different countries to come into our neighborhood so they can set up places to make money off of us. So how can you say if it doesn't work out, we never got an even playing ground? Nobody got an even playing ground for them. How can you look past the genocide of what happened to the Native Americans? Now, mind you, I'm gonna give people a little background. This brother right here was an Israelite turned atheist. Now that's his opinion, and that's his if he has every right to believe whatever he wants to believe. But to rebuttal or say, he said on his rebuttal that black people, the rhetoric that I'm using is no different than what happened with the neo-Nazis. Did you say that? Yes or no?
I did, and the reason that I said that was because you guys have the same enemies. The enemy of the neo-Nazi is the Jewish people. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why I said it. The neo-Nazis have enemies. The Jewish people are their enemy too, just like you said, the fake Jews. I'll say the fake Jews, okay? Now, you said that you're enemy.
No,
right, you said the fake Jews are your... Hold on.
Hold on one second, Tommy.
Hold on. They don't perceive themselves as the same people. Plain and simple. I could say we're all humans, but that wouldn't make any sense to you because you don't perceive yourself as the same as any other ethnic or nationality. So that's what I'm saying. So they don't perceive the Jews as them. So they say that those Jews are their enemies. They also say that their enemies are the other nations. You say your enemy is the other nation. And they also say that their enemies are gay people. They don't like gay people either, and neither do y'all. So
okay.
The whole thing
I think the last.
Okay, let Tommy go ahead, Tommy.
We've never thrown anybody in any ovens. We've never killed any. You cannot show me in history where the people that are here in America, the black people that came to America, has kidnapped any nationality of people and took over their land like by kidnapping them. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, yeah, I can in the Bible. But you don't believe in the Bible. So you can't pick and choose the things you want to follow from the Bible when it suits your narrative.
I'm not saying that.
No, wait, hold on one second. To say it's preposterous and there's nothing more than house Negro conversation. To say you're a human, you've been taught that you're a human. That's white people conversation. That's science. Human. To believe you're a human, you're a homo sapien. Then you must also believe that there are homosexuals. So that's why you have no problem with homosexuals. We have a problem with homosexuals and we think it's very nasty. And it spreads diseases in the community. So this is what happened to black people when they sit in America too long. They sit in America too long, they turn on CNN, and they watch CNN, and they start talking about, well, our rights, and you do have the First Amendment right to speak. It doesn't get more house Negro than this right here. This is a house Negro. That's why he's doing rebuttal videos, because why? This will be his biggest video on his page, unless somebody thinks he's the other R. Kelly. That's the biggest video, because why? Nobody's listening to that madness. No, atheists. They teach. They don't believe in, all right, I don't believe in the Bible, but most atheists believe in science. Like he says, you're a human. Where does that come from? Darwin's theory. It's a theory. Were you there for a Big Bang? No, you wasn't. So you have faith that the Big Bang actually happened to create organisms. A fish. No, mind you, this is what they say, and I'm going to let you speak. A fish came out of the water, turned into a frog, and then eventually turned into a monkey. And at the end of evolution, they turned into a white man with blue eyes and blonde hair. Is that not racist? That seems racist to me. So with that understanding of evolution and science, you're still a monkey.
Okay, let's let Robert respond. You got a couple minutes right there. Go ahead, Robert.
I don't know what your level of education is, but you just basically showed you don't know anything about evolution, if that's your understanding of it. So you maybe have never even been in a biology class. So
hold on, Tommy. Let him respond, and you'll be able to jump in.
You said a lot of things, so it's if you got to unpack. We're gonna unpack a lot of things. Number one, it's not having a house Negro mentality when I can see that your enemies are the same as those racist white people. You have the same enemies, and then you know what they say about the enemy of my enemy? It's my friend. So I don't know why you guys don't just kind of get together and do your thing together, because you have that same ideology. The only difference is y'all don't like each other's skin color, which is funny as hell. It doesn't make sense. Secondly,
hold on. What do you mean by y'all? What do you mean by y'all? So, what is your nationality then? You talking about y'all? What is your nationality?
Hold on, Tommy. Let him finish it, Tommy. And you'll be able to jump right in and rebut and say whatever response you want to say.
You can't.
Go ahead, Robert.
you can because you can try to speak in terms of what your nationality is, but the way I separate people is by ideas, by what comes out of their mind, because that matters. And when you're talking about, if you're talking about two people can't walk together unless they agree, is what it says in your Bible, right? So that's what you
You don't
believe.
believe the Bible, so you ain't got to
No,
quote the
but do
Bible.
you
For
believe
a
that?
person that don't
Do
believe the
you
Bible,
believe
you
that?
sure do quote the Bible a
Wait,
lot.
but do you believe? But do you believe that? Do you believe that? How can two walk
Well,
together unless they
we're not.
agree?
But time
Do
out.
you believe
I
that?
can say what I believe, and you can say what you believe. But this is the amazing thing about atheists. You guys,
I can't
it
say
is.
what you believe.
Hold on. I gave you time. Let me talk. Atheism is a low-level form of Satanism. Before the 6th century, the Greeks created the word atheism from athos. After that, in the 16th century, the word atheism was created. Before that, people always believed in a god or gods, right? This is history. So you
Right.
tend not to believe. So you really don't have no background to follow. You don't even know who your nationality is. You actually talk like a white man. And this is what happens when black people are kidnapped. No, hold on. I'm still talking, brother. This is what happens when black people are kidnapped, lose their identity, come to America, and start thinking like the people that enslaved them. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you vote? Do you vote? All right, now mind you, okay, of course you vote. So people can kidnap you, enslave you, beat you, kill your foreparents, and now you'll vote and play their games in their system, thinking you're going to get something out of it. Is that the solution? What solution do you have? It's no point to bring up the Bible if you don't believe in the Bible. If the Bible is fairy tale, you don't even have to bring the Bible.
I get plenty out of the
Hold
system.
on, I'm saying one thing.
And so do you.
I'm
All
saying
right,
one thing real quick.
say
Hold on,
what you're saying, Tommy, and then let's let Robert get in.
All right. They don't believe in the Bible, so why try to argue with God that don't exist? If you don't believe in it, prove your points without bringing in the Bible. Because why? Your religion is putting a little bit of doubt in people that believes in the Bible to get them to come to your side with no answers, no solutions, or anything. This Negro just told you he gonna vote, knowing that we got a two-party dictator system, Democrat and Republican, knowing that they got something called the Electoral College where they can get one vote to get 100 votes. Now he wants you to vote in their system. This is hilarious. This is a House Negro. Go ahead, House Negro, speak.
Go ahead, Robert.
None of that stuff. I didn't say any of that stuff.
1 second, Robert.
Of course,
Robert, rebut and say what you want to say, and then also get back to framing the original reason for the debate, the reason that you wanted to debate, so we can get to that too before we run out of time. Go ahead, Robert.
Okay. So basically, I didn't. Basically, your ad hominem attacks, basically trying to call people out of their name, but claiming you love black people, that don't work. First of all, you're showing your hate for anybody that doesn't believe the way you believe. It shows very easily. Okay. And I don't know if that's just a lack of because that comes, the fact that you're using the rhetoric that you're using is a fact that you're well trained. There's trained canned responses, and you guys can see this when you watch this video. Just look at Tom. These canned trained responses that they have for everything that paint this picture that if you don't believe in their God and you don't believe that their God is coming back to kill everyone that doesn't believe and to set up an ethno state where the Israelites are the ruling class and oppressing and enslaving everyone else, or then to them, you're a house Negro. I'm not going to buy into that kind of fairy tale logic that has been unproven. You're telling me to prove that something doesn't exist. That you don't hold on, don't talk over me.
Hold on, Tommy, 1 second. Let him finish. Go ahead.
You're asking me to prove something that something doesn't exist. You can't prove unicorns don't exist. But the funny thing is, you've never proved your God ever exists. The only reason you believe in them is because someone told you and you decided to nod your head and say, yes, I believe, without evidence. That's what faith is called. You have no evidence, and you still choose to believe it because just like kids believe in Santa Claus with no evidence, and one day they find out he's not real and they wake up out of their sleep, that's what you need to do. Do you think you're woke?
That's their religion. You telling me about faith, but in order to believe in Darwin's theory, we must have faith that a Big Bang
happened. You don't know what
I
believe in, Darwin. You don't know what I believe. You never asked me. You assume. That if I don't believe in the Bible, I believe in something. You assume what I believe in. You haven't asked me one question.
Okay, go ahead, Tommy. Say what you. Go ahead, Tommy.
Now, mind you, what he's saying is, We want to believe that our God is going to save black people and create a government for black people to rule. Where we're not harassed, where we're not taken advantage of. Correct. Because you know why? He doesn't want that. He wants to sit right on Master's bunk bed, like you see me sitting on this bunk bed right now, and he wants to sit right under them and come with creative ideas and sit with homosexuals. And this is the world you see today. A world where the Democratic Party and the Republican Party kill children, that they push homosexuality. Now, mind you, I want everybody to do themselves a favor. Go to Google and type in Desmond So Amazing. You're going to see a white kid that's 11 years old who parents take him around to strip clubs and he strips for adults. And they're never going to stop. And they're pushing to your schools and they're never going to stop. But guess what? He doesn't want it to stop. That doesn't bother him at all whatsoever. But he doesn't want black people to come back to the top. As black people stay at the bottom, he'll come with fake solutions that never actually work. But at the same time, his religion is attacking the Bible. Why spend so much time attacking the Bible you don't believe in? Why not go and teach your non-solution that you really don't have? Only thing you can say is, oh, they're racist and
I think
there's nothing wrong.
You froze for 1 second, Tommy. Go ahead. And then, too, what I want to do, too, is, like I said, before we run out of time, because I know we got some time constrictions today, why don't we do something to where you guys ask each other questions so we can kind of get to the root of what Robert wants to talk about, and so you could answer, and so we could do some direct talking. Go ahead.
In the words of Malcolm X, you got two types of Negroes. You have a house Negro and you have a field Negro. A house Negro, when Master house catch on fire, they run and try to hurry up and put the fire out. When Master's sick, they say, "What's wrong, Master? We sick?" They could never see themselves getting off the planet and being free and having a world with non-vaccinated children, a world with non-homosexuals, and he can't see that. He would rather come down. Mind you, science was created by white people, so he don't mind upholding their stuff. He'll never tear that down whatsoever. But he'll come against his own brother, and this is why we're in a position today. When you go to China, they all believe in Buddha, and they all follow the same God. You go to Middle East, they all are a family. They all believe in Muhammad. They all follow the same God, Sunni or Shiite. You come to America, this is the stuff you see today. Why? Because this is the product of slavery. Once we got the slaves, they attacked us with religions, non-religions, and the stuff that this brother right here is talking about, and science, and things you can touch and look at. And that's why we're destroyed as a people.
All right, Tommy, direct something to Robert as a question, and then Robert, you could answer the question and do the same thing to Tommy.
Where do we, all right, this is a question I'm going to ask you, Robert. Where do we go when we die? And if we don't go nowhere, why is it important to even attack the Bible if it doesn't matter anyway?
Okay, that's a good question. Number one, when we die, you're dead. Consciousness is your brain. When your brain is dead, you're dead. Okay, you're dead.
That takes a faith, though, right? That takes a faith.
What do you mean? Where do you go? You're dead.
Is that just coming from your mind? Did you just make that up, or where are you getting that from?
When you're dead, you're dead. You asked me a question. I'm answering your question. Secondly, the Bible. This is why you attack. Hold on. This is why you attack the Bible. This is why you attack the Bible, and not specifically just the Bible, but the religions connected to the Bible. Okay. The reason being is because. Hold on, are you gonna interrupt me? There are religions connected to the Bible. You're in one.
Go ahead. Look. It's no disrespect to neither one of you guys, but I'm going to mute whoever's not talking, just so nobody's talking over each other for both parties. Go ahead, Robert. You were speaking. And what I'll do to make it fair is if you're going on too long and the other person, it's time for them to respond, I'll let them respond, because I do understand sometimes when you say stuff, the other person does have an urge to want to say something before it gets too far. So I'll do the best I can to moderate it fairly for both parties to be able to, so people could be heard, and you could also get your direct rebuttal too at the same time. Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'll try to stay in the pocket and be concise. Basically, why attack the Bible and the religions, and there are religions attached to the Bible, you're actually in one, because the things that you do in devotion to the God that you believe in are based on what you see in the Bible. You call them laws, statutes, and commandments. Actually, those are religious practices. And things like prayer and stuff like that, those are religious practices. The faith that you hold is a religious practice. So praying towards the east, those are religious practices. You're in a religion, whether you like that or like that term or not. I know you don't like that term because you come against other religions, but ironically, you're in a religion. So when we attack the Bible, it's for a reason. It's because religion has done more to separate, to destroy, and to hold back the advancement of people, all people, our people especially. And so we come against that in order to thwart the forces that are stopping progress in the black community, period.
Okay, Robert. Tommy, go ahead.
All right, is he done? Well, if you look at the forces, here we go. We're gonna get us some real. The Bible is real. And I'm gonna show you guys one thing. I'm gonna talk in a regular brother's voice without actually talking. I'm gonna talk like this. If you look at Genesis 19 and 26, it says Lot's wife, she looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. What I want the audience to do, okay, I want you guys to go to Google, and I want you to look on Google, and you can see Lot's wife. For one. For two, I'm going to read another verse here, okay? This I'm going to read to you for all the people that like to talk like this guy, okay? All right? Normally he wasn't talking like that when they have the slave ship. We're going to talk like this. This is Psalms 14 and 1. The Bible says, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. So that's why I don't really like to debate a fool. It says they are corrupt. They have done abominable works, and there is none, and there is none that doeth good. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see that they were any that did understand and see God. Now, mind you this, he made a statement, and he said it's a religion. Anybody with their right mind has any kind of history in their brain knows that the Bible is the book of the Hebrews. It's a book of a people. Christianity is a religion. Islam is a book of Arabs. So every nationality has a God over them or an understanding over them. It's not a religion. Catholicism is a religion. Hebrew Israelite is a book of a people through Abraham, through Isaac, and through Jacob. But I'm sure you already knew that because you used to be an Israelite. But
okay.
Hey, I want you to tell us the way that's going to help black people. That's
okay.
what I want to hear.
Robert,
No, I answer this question. I want to ask the question. What's the way for black people?
Okay,
you think
Robert.
we should stand with homosexuals and everybody and just create like a nice queer kingdom?
Okay, and he asked you a direct question, Robert. You want to go ahead and respond to the question, and also you could
Absolutely.
rebut anything he said previous, and we'll do the exact same thing for you, Tommy. Go ahead, Robert.
Thanks for your answer. Thanks for your answer. But I would basically say, when you're talking about solutions for black people, it depends on what the problem is. See, to you, the problem is that we're oppressed, we're on the bottom, and that there's nothing that can save us except to obey the law, statutes, and commandments, wait for Sky Daddy, our deadbeat daddy God to come back. That doesn't talk to you. He's just deadbeat dad that kind of left a book, and he's your father. But you wait for him to come back and hope that he destroys and restores this government so that you guys can be on top and oppressing everyone else in return for the oppression that you perceive that you're going through right now. Not only are you not oppressed in this moment, Tommy, you can say whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can do whatever you want. Everything you've wanted to do in your life, you've had an opportunity to do. If you haven't done it, it's your fault. I hate to break it to you. You're going to have to take personal responsibility. There's no Sky Daddy coming to save you. You're going to have to just snap out of it, bro. And so let me ask you this.
Tommy, too. You can rebut when you could jump in if you want to say something, Tommy.
Right now.
Hold on. Let me ask you
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait. Tommy, let him ask his question, though, Tommy. But keep your thought.
Go ahead,
Robert. Ask the question.
So this is my question. Your whole solution in the video was a good one. It was morality. But how can you follow the morality of a jealous, destructive killer of a God that promotes things like abortion, that promotes things like bigotry and racism, the same bigotry and racism that you say we're under right now? I can show you the Bible's racist. You know the Bible's racist.
All right, Robert. All right, Robert, you asked this question. Go ahead, Tommy, respond. And Robert, if you want, get the verses if you would like to, Robert, just so you guys could. Go ahead, Tommy.
First of all, you gotta look at it like this. You gotta look at it like this, right? Like I said before, this is his religion. Why are you sitting there spending all your time debating people like you're gonna see people in the comment section doing if you don't believe? They show up every week to hear what we got to say if you don't believe. Why not start a page with the 54 people you got following it? Because they're not going to follow you anyway. Your religion is to put a little doubt in the people that do believe to get them not to believe again. But everybody's watching, though. You made a fool of yourself. To say black people, now this is how you know he's Uncle Tom. How can you say black people, the position that we're in, by taking everything from us, allowing our foreparents to be beat, destructed, selling children? They took one child, sold them to Texas, another child changed their name, sold them over here. We lost all our identity of culture, understanding. We lost everything. And now you're saying it's our fault if we don't make something out of what they stole from us? Is it the Native Americans' fault too? These people came over there killing us left and right with vaccines, with EBT and welfare to destroy the black families, and you don't see anything wrong with that they're doing to black people? They destroyed all our black leaders. If it's Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, all them people, now you're going to say, well, that's their fault? Try to make something out of it? This doesn't get no more of an Uncle Tom than this. Hey, let this dude keep talking. Let him keep talking. He just killed himself off. This dude is a clown. It doesn't get it don't get no more of an Uncle Tom than this. Let this man keep talking.
Right.
Hey, you know what he sounds like? Hold on, real quick. I want to get to the last point. He wants to live in a kingdom where we're ran by white people and homosexuals.
Nope.
Let everybody go to record. Mind you that. That's exactly what he wants.
All
now,
right.
Hold on, look. 38 years old.
Sorry.
He's in college trying to chase an American dream. You ain't reached the American dream at 38.
Robert, what was your question? Because you had a question too that you asked. What was the question?
I asked the question because you said that your answer was morality. How do you find morality, the morality of a God, following the morality of a God that promotes genocide, forced abortions?
That's ridiculous. Wait, time out.
Racism,
You're not promoting morality because you want a society of homosexuals everywhere.
You're not
You want a
answering none of my
society of
questions.
perverts.
Not answering my questions,
Hey,
Tyrone.
can a homosexual
You're not
make
answering
a
none of my questions, Tyrone.
Exactly. That's why
you're not answering none of my questions.
All right.
38-year-old grown man
You're going
trying to get the American dream.
Tommy,
You're the one.
you're going to speak that. You're going to speak.
You look very frustrated. You're the one frustrated.
All right. Look. So hold on, you guys. Are we going? Tommy, you're going to speak directly to his questions, and Tommy asked you a question also, Robert, and so maybe both of you guys can speak directly to the questions that are being asked of you. I think Tommy asked you for what your solution would be, and you asked Tommy something about the morality of the Bible. Go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead, Tommy.
Not a solution, though. That's not a solution, OTR. He came on here to attack the Bible. He has no solutions. He wants a world full of gay people. Black people are like the Nazis, even though we ain't put nobody in no ovens. They killed 6 million people, and now we're like them. Well, we're not even doing no killing. He told you out his own mouth. When Christ come back, Christ's gonna do the killing. So his issue is not with us. Now, mind you, if you look at the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not steal. What's wrong with that? That's morality. Thou shalt not kill. What's wrong with that? If you just took God away from all that and just look at the morality aspects of the Bible's straight. Then he went off the deep end and said God promotes abortion. This is crazy. So guess what? He has no belief. Now, mind you, we're being told about the Bible from a person. You listening to me? We're being told about the Bible by a person that doesn't believe in the Bible. So wouldn't that make you not an expert on the Bible? No. The Bible's not real. Don't go in there and pick and choose what you want. Your God says he's going to do this. You look like a straight Satanist. If it's not real, homie, don't follow it. Period.
All right. You want Robert, and do you want to speak directly to what he asked you and
show us
maybe,
the way? He ain't got no way. Just don't follow the Bible.
And maybe talk about the verses or whatever that you say about the Bible promoting abortion, since that was something that you put out there.
Of course, it's easy, and he can read it if he wants to later, or anybody that's listening can go ahead and go on it. It's Numbers chapter 5, verses 11, and just start reading down. Okay, if a woman is suspected, hold on, don't talk over me. I'm about to break it down for you.
Hold on, Tommy.
If a woman is suspected by her husband because he's jealous of that she might have slept with another man, he doesn't even know if she did or not. He can bring her to the temple, uncover her head for the judgment, and give an offering for jealousy. She is to drink the bitter water. And somehow magically, if she was unfaithful, her womb will be polluted. she will abort the baby if she's pregnant and she won't be able to have kids anymore. Or if she did, but if she's virtuous and then she was just falsely accused, the bitter water won't affect her at all. It sounds like a Salem witch trial. You see the idiocy that goes on in the scriptures? It's dumb, and it's all about it's treating women as inferior. It's treating
You unmuted, Tommy.
a magical
Hey, you know what's
sky
funny?
daddy, a magical
Hey,
sky
you know what's
daddy
funny?
as
Look,
if
look,
he's
look,
some
look at
kind
that.
of
Hey, you know what's funny?
objective moral
Hey, I have
authority.
never seen this
Hold
in
on,
my
Robert.
life.
Hold on, Robert. Let him rebut to what
I
you
read
just
the
I
said.
whole
never seen
thing.
this.
I read the
Hey,
whole
look,
Bible.
I never seen this in my
I read
life.
the
But
whole Bible.
go ahead
Let
and
him
mute my
respond, Robert. Go ahead, Tommy.
stuff. I've never seen this in my life. Have you ever seen somebody? Now, mind you, I don't go on people's shows that believe unicorns is real and try to sit there and tell them a unicorn's not real. You know why? That's his religion. He's a low-level Satanist that tries to put doubt in people not to believe, but still, we still haven't heard any real true understandings or explanations that's going to actually help black people. It's what you didn't make it, that's on you. That has nothing to do with them. Knowing 1% of the population owns 99% of the population. And all those 1% are Jewish bankers that own your Federal Reserve banking system. But if that doesn't work, so basically your money starts in the bank, your money ends in the bank. So whoever controls your money and the value of currency controls governments. These are the same people. But to him, it's like, no, don't complain. Now, mind you, his whole conversation here is not, he ain't said a solution yet. You can go on his page. That's all he does is do rebuttal videos that get 53 views. This is going to be his biggest view ever. Robert Kelly, congratulations. Guess what? Oh, well, you don't believe? I'm not going to try to sit here and make somebody that don't believe. I don't try to go on Islamic people pages and try to convert them to what we believe. If you don't believe, don't believe. I'd rather spend time trying to wake up people that want to wake up. If you don't believe, Mr. Big Bang and no solutions, Mr. Uncle Tom White Man voice, sit over where you are and teach the 53 people that want to listen because you have zero solutions. You look real bad.
Unmuted,
But
Robert.
listen, I want all the Israelites that's following. I want all the Israelites that's following. Go ahead and get comment sections and give him a thumbs down on all his to let him know what time it is.
Do it.
Let him know
Please do that. Because every time one of y'all don't agree with me, it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing.
Go
Because
ahead.
when you're talking about people being
Now look, Robert, get to the premises of the debate, the original debate and the original rebuttal.
The original debate was he was on my video that I put up because if he did a video talking about nothing, nobody would listen because he's not talking.
All right, here, let's address this part because I do know this was a part of it.
Somebody would listen.
Right. All my
Tommy, I think your signal is bad. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Tommy, I think your signal is bad because you're going in and out. And yeah, you're better now. Hold on, 1 second. And so, look, you guys, let's talk directly to each other and answer each other's questions instead of just talking all of, because we're going. Hold on. Go ahead.
From the fans. Read some questions from the fans because I got to go in a second.
There's some questions. Anybody watching, if you got some questions, go ahead and read your questions. The comments been scrolling so fast.
From the Twitter guy. He's a clown. Don't even answer no questions from him. He gets no play on this page.
Go ahead. Robert. Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. I have you muted on accident. Robert, but before I get to that, while people are asking their questions and doing that, let me go through the comments. You guys go ahead and direct some questions and answer them directly to each other. Robert, he asked you what you believe in and what's your solution. And Tommy, he was asking you something. Robert, go ahead and speak directly to the things that you guys are talking to each other about instead of speaking like we're not all right here. So go ahead, Robert.
Right. Well, instead of telling people what to believe, like a lot of people want to do, it's not about that. You tell people how to think. See, one thing that is the enemy of anything that he's doing right now is really critically thinking about things. See, they don't think about anything. They don't look at the world. They don't do any research. They don't read any books. They put their nose in the Bible, then they close their eyes, and while their eyes are closed, everything's passing them by. See, they don't understand the way the world works, so they don't understand anything about solutions, okay? So the thing is, what I want is that I know that my people are poor. So I want everyone to have health care. I know that our people are poor. So I want everybody to have an opportunity to get an education. I know everybody's poor. So I want everybody to have an opportunity to get out of debt. You know what I mean? And there are solutions to those things. He thinks it's impossible because he only sees you, black men, as an oppressed people. He only sees you, black man, as someone that cannot be anything bigger than what they are. He sees you, black man, as only worthless compared to other groups. See, he doesn't believe he can compete with Jews, so he would rather just say that the Jews are his enemy and hate them. So he doesn't want to really compete with them. He doesn't want to be on any kind of ground where he has to actually get up and do something for himself. He wants to blame all his problems on things that have happened in the past that you can't even change.
All right, Robert.
There's things that affect us from the past, but that doesn't stop us from taking accountability and going
Tommy,
into the future.
Tommy, you're unmuted. You gave him a lot, Robert. So Tommy, you're unmuted. And then I'm gonna get into some questions and comments after your response, Tommy.
He just spent 15 minutes with no solutions bashing the Bible again, and then said he dreams of health care. My bad, Obama Jr. My bad. Hey,
I ain't dreaming nothing.
I know what you are now. You're an atheist.
I'm not dreaming.
Yeah, you want. Hey, so you think that the white people? Hey, I'm talking. Don't. Hey, mute this guy.
He's muted. Go ahead.
All right, look. He thinks that the white people that killed the Native Americans with diseases, smallpox, and blankets, he trusts them to give black people health care. Oh my God! Hey, good job, brother. Hey, that's the solutions. You want black people to get health care. You want white people to look after your people and give them great health care, right? He spent 15 minutes, no solutions, talking about the Bible. Again, he has a Bible, like this guy is like an asphyxiation on the Bible. When he gets out, he's going to go read the Bible. I don't understand these people reading the Bible that don't believe it's real. These niggas jump right on the page. A few of them in the comment section, every time they see my face and they got something about the Bible's not real, jump back on your forklift, go to the warehouse or go to college at 38. And this is what they teaching at college. That's why he's 38 years old going to college. So he wants black people to have health care. I don't want none of that. I'm going to give you a solution right now. Let me tell you what I want. I want America to fall because America destroyed the Native Americans and black people. I want justice for slavery the same way the fake Jewish people got justice, got a land, and got reparations for their people. Once I get that, once we get all that, we can care less. I am not an Israelite that just talks about white people all day. We look at what we can do as black people to benefit us, and homosexuality has been nothing but dangerous to us. You don't see them tying homosexuality to the fake Jewish movement, do you? You don't see them coming and standing with homosexuals. No, they're polluting our people with that madness. And Robert Kelly, of all people, he doesn't have no problem with it. He don't matter. He don't mind living next door to a straight sodomite. Two males laying wood on each other. He don't mind. Go ahead. I wanted some solutions. Can you take from the people because I got to go in a second.
Go ahead, Robert. And Robert, that has been something that's come up a lot. Tommy was saying about what do you think about the homosexual situation? Because that's come up a lot, and maybe we need to. Thing. So
that's
go ahead,
the thing.
Robert.
I don't think about homosexuals. I don't think about them. That's the whole point. You're obsessed with homosexuals. You've mentioned them in every answer that you've had. If two men are having sex right now, matter of fact, guess what? There probably are two men somewhere in the world having sex right now. I don't care. That's the difference. It doesn't affect my life. It doesn't change my condition whatsoever. So for you, you're worried. Is there people out there having sex with each other? There's probably two men laying a pipe on each other right now. Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that? That's crazy.
All right. Go ahead, Tommy, and then I'm going to get to some of these questions. Go ahead, Robert.
You know what's funny?
What's so funny is you said straight up, no, hold on. You said that I don't believe in the Bible, so I shouldn't read it. You don't believe in homosexuality, so you should stop talking about it. That's the thing. You don't believe in it, leave it alone. Why are you worried about it? You don't have no homosexuals in your life. They're not affecting you in any way. Leave it alone. But you talk about it because you're coming against it because something you don't agree with. I talk about the Bible because I don't agree with it. It's something I'm coming against. And how can I criticize a book that I never read? That would be dumb. That's what dumb people do. Criticize things they know nothing about. That's what you've done this whole time.
Go ahead, Tommy. And then after this, I'm going to get to a couple questions and comments. Go ahead, Tommy.
Now, mind you, and this is the point of atheism. I can go to what I believe, a book, and say this is what I believe. He has no foundation of understanding of nothing that's going on. Now mind you, he don't mind. So basically, to sum everything up, he hates his own people for wanting his people to be free. I ain't never go to killing white people at all whatsoever. He hated me for that. And he hated me for saying, so look, and he's upset for me saying, now mind you, when he wants to quote the Bible, when it's convenient for him, go to Numbers 1 and 5. It talks about an abortion totally out of context. But When you look at, if we go to the Bible and say homosexuality is bad, he'll totally ignore that scripture. So the same Bible that you quote and go quote that homosexuality is bad out of, that's why I don't believe it. You have no understanding or belief system to believe in, so you attack others because you can't show people the way. You still haven't showed nobody one way the way, other than saying, you want to give black people health care, Obama Jr.? This is so funny. Health care is going to help black people. Going to white people and getting vaccinations with cancer shots in them is going to help black people. Give me a break. His religion is believing not in the Bible, and his religion, as a lower level Satanist, is to put a little bit of doubt in people to not get them to believe. I gotta go. I want to conclude this bashing or whatever it is. But what I want the Israelites to go on this page, get this man all thumbs down.
Call to action. Call to action. It's funny that a vaccinated person speaking against vaccines funny. You're crazy. You're a vaccinated person. So you're not. Your kids might not be, but you're vaccinated, bro. You are.
Yeah, and I had a lot of issues.
All right, you guys. Hey, you guys got time for comments and questions, or you want to wrap it up now? You want to come back later?
Go ahead.
You got time for comments and questions? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Sherelle Limon says, only people who mention homosexuality is people who want control over birthing.
Yes, facts. Facts. Because why? It's population control. He doesn't mind it because he probably a homosexual himself on the down. I've never seen a person coming from
right.
Like,
so there you go. Ad hominem chat.
Hold on.
Man, just watch the show. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit, man. That's crazy.
Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead, Tommy. And Robert, I'll let you get your response to his response too.
That's like that, like Dwight Howard and the rest of them crowds to do that. And where I come from, the hood, we didn't play that. Now, mind you, he quotes from the Bible and says, why are you worried about homosexuality? Well, the Bible that I believe in, Sodom and Gomorrah, the Bible that you want to quote from when it's convenient to prove your point, go and read Sodom and Gomorrah and see what God did to a place full of faggots. You can go ahead and check that out.
Go ahead, Robert.
The Bible's not real.
I quote the Bible. I quote the Bible to show that it's nonsense. So when you bring up shit like that, nonsense. Do you understand? All that shit never happened. That's what I'm saying. You're an idiot. You believe in fairy tales.
All right, let me move on to the next question. Haramakis Rome says,
you're a little ass kid.
Robert,
grow the hell up.
Hold on, you guys. Let me get to a question. Haramakis Rome says, ask Tommy where monotheism came from.
Monotheism is the belief in more than one God, right?
Yes, mono.
Mono, is it the belief in one God? Mono is more. So
mono is one. Poly is more than one.
Monotheism came from Israelites, the belief in one God.
All right. Let me get.
Because you got to realize the Greeks and all them believed in gods. They always believed that there were a God or gods, except for this guy right here that doesn't know history, doesn't have any solutions. He believed if we cuddle with the white man and get his health care and get his shots, everything will be fine. You got shot, didn't you, man?
That ain't what I believe.
Doesn't really have anything.
That ain't what I believe.
All right, go ahead, Robert.
If I was a Greek, what I believe is if I was Greek, I wouldn't be climbing Mount Olympus looking for fake ass gods. That's what I believe. And if you're Israelite, that doesn't mean you have to believe in the God of a fairy tale God of the Bible. Period. Point blank.
All right, now here goes. Look, let's get to the next question or the next comment. Michael Quake Fisher II says, and I think this is directed to you, Robert. Atheist religion is to believe others do not exist. No light, no answers. A lot of ego, arrogance, and anger from most.
Facts.
That's your opinion. That's cool. That's all an opinion. There's no proof of anything in that. That's all opinion. That's cool. You have a right to your opinion.
He still hasn't showed people the way though. So if people are watching, I want to give them the opportunity right now to show what's going to help black people. So far we got healthcare and homosexuality, cuddling with homos, and voting.
Yeah, it didn't say none of that, but that's cool.
He goes vote.
Didn't say none of
that.
Hey,
all right, hold on, Sean.
Your ad hominem attack ain't nothing.
Hey,
nothing. Weak people. You're showing what weak people do. You're doing what weak people do. You're a weak-minded person. I can tell.
Go ahead, Tommy. Then I'm gonna read this comment from Shauna.
He believes that the same people that enslaved him and beat him and killed him like they did Trayvon Martin, all these other people, if he votes, they're going to look out for him.
No, you believe you're scared. You're
That
scared to leave the people that you hate. You're
Right.
afraid to leave somewhere that you hate.
I
Beat
lost
it.
the last
Just
comment
beat
I was
it.
gonna read. It went up too fast. Hold on, Sherelle
Just
Limon
beat it.
says,
Go
Tommy.
somewhere.
Hold on, Robert. Sherelle Limon says, she says, Tommy Israel, do you have any words for the people in Israel?
Yeah, I think that they should get the hell out of Israel. And this is where prophecy come in. So this is where that's a good question. So this is how we're gonna prove who know what they talk about and who don't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some predictions being a prophet of the Most High. And if it doesn't happen, I'll join Mr. Bum over here on the couch and I'll go get a college degree at 45. All right, look, this is gonna happen. Right? Hey, I'm gonna join him. Look, this is gonna happen, right? So Iran will come and destroy the land of Israel and the land of America with this guy right here standing there. That's what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't happen, I will join Robert Kelly and I will go to junior college at 38 and try to graduate. If that don't happen.
You live 30 miles away from me. They destroying me. You standing right next to me, bro. You dead.
Look, no, I'm out. I'm not gonna be here, homie.
All right, you guys. Let me go to the next comment.
Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy gonna save you, huh?
All right.
Here comes Sky Daddy. He gonna save me.
Hey, you guys.
Here comes Sky Daddy.
Yeah. Hey, it's not a good year for Robert Kelly's this year, man.
Hey.
All right. Look, the next question they scrolling up, or the next comment. Shana Yehuda Israel says, Egypt is an old mining camp. They mine gold, etc. in Egypt and all over the world. You guys want to respond to that?
Great point. That's great. I think that's wonderful.
All right. Let me see if you guys got some more questions. I'm looking through them right now. They're scrolling. Greelene Fia says, why is the Bible located on the fiction section of bookstores?
That's a stupid question. Next.
No, I got an answer for that.
Go ahead, Robert.
I got an answer for two things. The Bible is the most published and most sold book of all time, so it sells. And secondly, it's fake. To believe somebody lived 3 days in a fish is fake. Plain and simple. Fiction. Harry Potter could have did it better.
Hey, actually, what proof does he have of that, or is that just his own opinion?
Oh, I have proof that the Bible's fake. We can talk about that on a different day, because I got a lot of stuff like that.
All right, Robert. Anthony Rivers says, ask Robert if gays suffer the same oppression as blacks.
He gonna say they don't. Oh, what am I gonna say? I just said no, they don't. What happened? Don't try to put words in my mouth, man.
All right, and let's see. We got some more. Yeah, if you guys got some, the comments scrolled up fast. Jakari Brookins Bang says, ask Tommy, how is something a stupid question because he can't answer it? Which question were you referring to, Jakari?
Talking to me, I can't hear you.
Jakari says, ask Tommy, how is something a stupid question because he can't answer it?
Well, it's not that I can't answer it. Everything's just based upon faith. Like, he has a faith that the Bible is not real and there's a big bang in science and voting and all that. We have a faith that says the Bible is real. It's a faith. You have a faith that there is no God. You believe. It takes a faith to believe something that is real or not is real. That's it. The faith. That's what it comes down to. You logicize with your brain that it's not real, and you come to that conclusion, and that's the conclusion you come up with.
You don't ask
all
me
right.
that.
Now,
if I can address that,
it becomes a different. So when your whole venom is to speak the Bible, because there's really no. You got to realize when we talk the Bible, we talk about truth, understanding, and a solution. You guys don't really have a solution, so that's the real issue. Is the solution. You have no solution. Your solution.
Right.
Stay away from that Bible.
I have solutions. Your solution sucks.
Healthcare.
Hold on. Your solution is suck. Your solution is sucks. Your solution sucks. Your solution is.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Robert.
Do what you can. Your solution is do what you could do without a Bible in the first place, which is not lie, cheat, steal, right? Anybody can do that. You don't need God for that. You said that yourself. Secondly, it's pray and wait for an imaginary character, one of the Avengers, to come save you and rescue you.
That's nowhere in the Bible. Wait, the Bible don't say that. Wait, time out. The Bible doesn't say that. It don't tell us to pray and wait. It tells us to spread the gospel to the four corners of the earth. So how can you go and nitpick when you want to nitpick when it's convenient?
Yeah,
No. We're not waiting for nothing.
People to wait.
No,
y'all are. Y'all are waiting on God.
First of all, wait. You want to say, hold on.
All right, you guys, look, hold on. We got a bunch of comments. We don't have too many more questions. We just have a whole bunch of comments that you guys probably want to look at and just respond to, individually, because we don't have anything as a general question to answer. If you guys do want to ask a question, go ahead and ask the question quick. I know we on a time frame. And if you guys can share, just a Soapbox Heroes, you guys share, let people know we got going on. Go ahead, Tommy, say what you got to say. And Robert, you guys can both say what you guys got to say. I'm looking through the comments and just trying to give us clarity. Go ahead.
This is a solution that we bring. Keep the commandments, because the commandments is righteousness. It was a law given to our people before we was. That's what our solution is. That coming to America. Like people saying, coming to America right now. So his solution is healthcare, cuddling with the white man.
Wait, Tommy, you were breaking up on my end. Say it again. What you said your solution was at the beginning. I apologize. It might be my connection. I don't know if it's yours, but I don't want nobody to miss what you said.
It's my connection. We're saying keep the law because we strayed away from our God. We're living in a world with no God right now. There's nobody that's believing in God or following the God of the Bible. So you're seeing a world full of lawlessness. So without a law, you have lawlessness.
Right.
Period. That's the only way around it. If you have no rules and regulations to go by, how are you going to know if you're living correctly or not? Because you know why? There's people that don't want to go by that, and they think with their mind, the Bible's not real. If I say it's not real, they're going to avert some form of judgment, but that's not going to happen. You're still going to get judgment. So just because you don't believe don't mean that that it don't exist. That's what they come to with their understanding, that it doesn't exist. So therefore, I'm not held accountable because why? People don't want to. They hate the Bible so much because the Bible condemns your lifestyle. If you want to be a homosexual and stand with homosexuals, and the Bible say it's wrong, he's going to come out and say the Bible is not real because why? Deep down inside, he wants to march with homosexuals, dress up like a tranny at night. I don't know.
Because that's. Hey, look.
Go ahead, Robert. Respond.
Again, you can see where his hatred comes from with the sex play. He hates me. He hates me because I would rather think critically than to rest in the sweet, loving arms of his fake Messiah. See, the whole thing is when you don't believe in people like this, their ideology and things, and reject their ideology, the only thing they can do is insult you. That's how you know where you're doing on the right path. When people start to reveal themselves.
Hold on, Tommy. Let him finish. Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead, Robert.
When you allow when people's arguments break down and they don't have a lot of substance, it's called all batter and no fish. What happens is they start to insult you. They start to go to ad hominem attacks. That's because basically he knows that his rhetoric only goes so far. It's short on solutions. Everybody knows that stealing is wrong, murdering is wrong. You don't need God to know that. Okay, you don't need to be God to be a moral person. And you can lose the mythology. Hold on. We're talking about period everything. You can lose the mythology and still be a moral person. And so you don't have to buy into his mythology. You don't have to go back to believing in Santa Claus in order to exercise a good life, to live a good life.
You know what's funny?
Go ahead, Tommy. And I'm going to get to some more of these questions real quick. I got some people saying that I'm working for you, Tommy, because I'm not asking the questions, but I'm trying to ask them. They're actually moving fast, and I'm trying to ask people questions going each side. Go ahead, Tommy.
What I was saying is, I got two male dogs, and they know better than to hump on each other. Like I'm saying, this whole point has nothing to do with hatred. Can't even talk. You'll get fired. You talk about a black person, they won't fire you at all. They'll say, you know what, we need counselors, counselors to, workplace development and stuff. So you talk about they created a whole world where they protect it, and if we say something is wrong, at the same time he believing in voting, but now you don't believe I got the First Amendment right to say this something.
All right, Tommy, I got a quick question for you. It says, ask Tommy, hold on 1 second, Robert, because I want to be fair. I had some people feel like I might not be asking Tommy the right preponderance of questions as I'm asking Robert, and I want to be fair. It says, ask Tommy, who were the black people in America before the white people?
That sounds like a Kemet answer, and that sounds like somebody that's in some Kemetic teachings. No black people were here in America before. That's the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard in my life. That sounds like some Moorish science temple stuff to tell you a black queen was here before. Well, where'd they go? Why they didn't help the black people when they were brought over in slave ships to help them get liberated? So it's just all nonsense. Again, and then with that same understanding, it's saying what black people was here before, what happened to the black people, who did it to them? Because it's going to go back to the same people I'm pointing at, and that's not what they want because it doesn't fit their narrative. However they want to cut it. You want it cut, we give it to you cut. You want it straight up, we're going to give it to you straight up. However you want it. If it was black people here, why they didn't help the other black people? Why they didn't help the Native Americans? Because it wasn't black people. America was created as our place of punishment, and that's what we're going through now.
All right, you got something that you want to add to that, Robert?
Period. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. I got you. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear him. No, I don't have anything to add to that. They were asking him. He answered it. He wanted.
See, and that's not the so you got to realize basically what it comes down to is this: he has his opinion and I have mine. But the difference is, I'm not going on his page making rebuttal videos on his videos because nobody's watching that stuff. And the biggest movement you see growing is Israelites, so they got to jump on our videos to have something to say to get some views. Because if he sat over there in the corner and just said we need free health care and we need all this, nobody would listen to it. It would be the most boringest video of all time. It'd be like watching a Michelle Obama speech or something like that. It'd be hilarious. No, but nobody's listening to that madness because he has no solution. So he has to do a video to talk about somebody else to get people to look at his videos. And guarantee you, when you type in Robert Kelly, this will be the biggest video that he has on his whole page. Guaranteed.
Robert, go ahead and respond, and then, like I said, let's respond, and if we don't have any more direct questions, let's go ahead and wrap it up. And if you guys got any more questions out there, I'm trying to get to them. Hold on 1 second. Some of the responses I don't read because if you guys are if your response or your comment is something that's just a direct bash to somebody, that's not for me to read. So I'm not going to read a direct bash, but if you have a question, I will ask a question long as I could get the question in time before it rolls up. But I am trying to get to whatever questions I can, but I'm not going to read a direct bash to nobody, to neither person. I want to be fair to both people who are debating. Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead, Tommy, or whoever was speaking. Go ahead, Robert.
Well, as you know, this Tyrone, I've done commentaries to other videos on your show, and I've been on your show a few times as well. So it's not the reason that I responded was because it's, for me, number one, it's practice. I did feel like, what you said, I did have to take issue with what you said, but what I said, it's practice because it's something that I do. I major in media communications, and this is what I do. So it's not about the views. It's really about what I'm doing for myself, and also the fact that
nobody's.
So it wouldn't matter. You know what? You don't know how many live videos I do, and then I just erase it after I did it because I was just practicing. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, well,
that's
the whole point of that's the whole point of social media is to get your view out there.
It's not about what's popular. It's about what's right.
Hold on, Tommy. Let's let him finish, and we'll let you get in, Tommy, and finish. Go ahead, Robert.
Social media for you apparently is about how popular you can be. For me, it's just what I do. It's something that's almost like a hobby of mine. But if you feel that way, like this is going to be my most popular video, thanks. You want me to say thanks? Thanks. Well,
go ahead, Tommy.
Well, it's not a hobby of his. It's a religion of his. It's a religion. His religion is to get online and prove, to spread his truth, to say that the Bible is not real. But like I said, he's doing, mind you, I wouldn't know this dude from Jack and Jill. He introduced himself into my situation because why? I wouldn't have never looked at his videos because once I see atheists talking, I don't try to get atheists to come to Christ or try to get them to believe something that they don't believe. You don't believe, go sit over there and mind your business with the people that don't believe. You know why? His religion is to get on there to try to dissuade other people not to believe and to find his way. That's his whole understanding. I've been saying it since the video goes on. Because if it wasn't, he wouldn't have. What kind of black man watched another black man does a rebuttal video on some, we trying to get black people to come together. What he heard in the video he didn't like was the Bible conversation. That's why he wanted to do a rebuttal video. But other than that, nobody's listening. Nobody's listening.
Who were the Olmecs if the black people wasn't here?
Who were the Olmecs if the black people wasn't here? That's another conversation for another show, but we could definitely get into who the Olmecs is. That's Kemet teaching again. That's Kemet teaching again, like I said. They definitely wasn't African. So what do you mean by, ask them what do they mean by black? Get the next question for that. Because what is that? And this is my question for Robert Kelly real quick. What is our nationality, Robert Kelly? Since you got the answer. Mr. Atheist. I want to know that. What is our nationality?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm an Israelite.
You don't know? All right. That doesn't make any. How you an Israelite? You don't believe in the Bible. You just make yourself look real stupid right now.
Because
what is your nationality?
Hold on.
What is your nationality?
Hold on. Go ahead. Let's let him respond. Go ahead, Robert.
Do you see? Just like I said, a Greek person isn't climbing Mount Olympus looking for fake gods, Zeus and all of them. I'm not. I can know where I'm from without buying into the mythology of a fake Bible.
That doesn't make
simple. Hold on. There's extra biblical evidence. There's evidence outside of the Bible that shows that the people that came over here on slave ships were Israelites. There's evidence outside of the Bible that tells you that. Okay, if you read a couple of books, you'll know that, right? But I don't buy into mythology though. I'm not into mythological creatures, bro.
All right, China.
Hold on, wait. I gotta respond to that.
And I'm gonna read your comment, China.
He's an atheist. He is nothing. This has to be the first time ever.
You broke up again, Tommy. You broke up again.
Israelite.
Right.
So he don't believe in the Bible. He came from the Bible because the name his name from the Bible. Right now, believing in the Bible. It doesn't make any sense. The name came from the Bible, the Dead Sea Scrolls, an Israelite. So it doesn't make any sense. It's not convenient for him, and he doesn't roll with it. It doesn't make any sense what he's saying. No, he's saying he's an Israelite because he doesn't want to go and say he's black because I'm going to chew that ass up if he go that way. So he's going to choose it to be safe by saying, I'm an atheist Israelite. That doesn't make any sense. You cannot be, hey, nigga, that's like saying, hold on. That's like saying I'm a white black person. That doesn't make any sense. That's impossible. How can you be an atheist Israelite? That doesn't make any sense. It never happened in history of the world.
The same reason you just said. Okay, I want to answer that question. Just the same way that you just said, all Chinese people, they live in China and they believe in Buddha. Guess what? Some Chinese people don't believe in Buddha. They're Chinese and they don't believe in Buddha. The same way you're talking about some Arabs. Arabs believe in.
Hold on. Go ahead, Robert.
Well, they're Arab and they don't believe in Allah. There's white people that do not believe in Christianity. So it doesn't matter. Your religion and your nationality are two separate things.
Not
Go
at
ahead,
all.
Tommy.
It only became that's false. It only became that way in the 18th century, so he doesn't know history. In the 18th century that happened, but people are always known by families and in religion. He's not there because he's been kidnapped from America and doesn't know who he is, but at the same time saying the Bible's not real, but getting his name from the Bible. That doesn't make. Can the Kemet people answer that? The Kemet people what they think about this dude on here, the atheist, is calling himself an Israelite, and you gotta go to the Bible to know the name of Israelite. So he's a pick and chooser. So I'm trying to tell you, he's double word. This is a double word. You're an Israelite, but I'm an atheist.
Robert, Jeff Taylor. Robert, Jeff Taylor says, how can you speak on the Bible if you don't read it still? Solid point, and the Bible is true, but you have to read it to have understanding.
That's the point. See, Jeff, I'm glad you brought that up. The reason Tommy is so mad is because I actually have read the Bible, and he's mad that even though I read the Bible, I can still read it and say, that's some bullshit. See, that's the whole thing. He read the Bible, he got mesmerized. His eyes got wide open. Fairy tales, illusions of grandeur, everything busts his eyes open. Miracles of a fake Yeshua. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Joseph Howard says, well, why Africans didn't come and save us?
Exactly.
That's the question he want to know. He don't know what he don't. What you
I didn't say anything. He's asking you. He's asking you.
I don't know
We're not
exactly who that
Africans.
was
That's the easy
directed to,
question.
Joseph. If you're
Why would he
still
ask me that?
watching, who was it directed to? Did you guys have a response to it in general?
We're not Africans. We're not Africans. What's that? That makes sense, right? We're not Africans.
I want to ask you a question. What book did you get that from that you was an Israelite outside of the Bible? And what year was it printed?
What are you talking about?
That's a good question. What year? What book?
A good one?
You said.
A good one?
No,
you want to read names?
What you talking about?
Go read Lost Tribes and Promised Land.
I'm asking my question. You said you found out you was an Israelite by books outside of the Bible. What books are they? And are they older than the Bible? Tell me.
They're not older than the Bible, no.
Oh, they're not.
Okay.
Oh. So you went to a book. Hold on, listen. So you went to a book younger than the Bible. That's what you mean about the Bible. God damn, I'm cooking your ass, boy. You gonna go to the Bible and get your name. You gonna look at the Bible to reference your name out the Bible, nigga? Come on, you done. Get this guy out of here. He just got.
So wait.
All right.
So by your logic, I can go to a Hindu. Hold on. So by my logic, I can bring a Hindu book up to you, and you got to believe everything in it because it's older than the Bible.
That's first of all, you're diverting. You got your name from the Bible, and you want to say it. If you got it from a Hindu book, you didn't say Hindu book because I would have cooked your ass. You didn't say you got it from Black history because you know I would have cooked your ass because you study Israelites. Your religion is to come against Israelites. So no, I am not mad. I'm taking the enjoyment of whooping your ass right now.
I'm not coming against Israelites. I love my people. I love my people.
All right, hold on.
Your people Israel now, nigga? You don't know your people, nigga. We don't know you. We don't know you.
Hold on.
No, you don't know me. No, you don't know me.
I know you. Yes, I do. I see niggas like you on TV. They call Barack Obama, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, nigga.
All right, you guys, look. China Yehidu Israel says there wasn't a Bible. It wasn't for them. The scrolls are for the Israelites.
Thank God.
But he's going to set up an Israelite. You know why he does that? I'm going to tell you why he's doing that. But hold on real quick. He's doing that to play safe. He has no book to believe in, so we can't pick that apart. And he calls himself an Israelite because he knows if he calls himself black, he'll be picked apart. That's right. You see that?
Listen to how many times Tommy Israel. Israel says the word believe, but he doesn't never say anything about what he knows because knowledge is far from him. But belief or whatever I feel in my heart, you're just like a Christian, bro.
Listen, I know I'm an Israelite. You call yourself an Israelite.
All right, you guys, look. Hold on. Let me wrap it up with a couple more questions, and then if you guys have something that you guys want to ask each other in response to each other, we could do that. Let me get a couple of these questions. Okay. Harmakis Rome says, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Okay, ask Tommy, what Israelite tribe did the Olmecs belong to?
Man, why is he on this Olmec stuff, bro? Like, what is he Olmec'd out or what? He's Olmec'd out?
That's a good question. Is he
Olmec'd out? Is he Olmec'd out? If you were a black person and you came to America, more than likely back then, you were from the tribe of Judah, period. That's an easy question. The Jamaicans went into Jamaica. They came over on boats. That's in the Bible. So he says the Bible isn't real. Why does the Bible talk about the transatlantic slave trade in the Bible? How come the Bible shows us actually?
That's not the transatlantic slave trade.
How come that actually?
Deuteronomy 28 is a false dichotomy.
Oh, you know Deuteronomy 28.
False prophecy.
So you read your Bible.
I know the whole Bible, man. I know the whole Bible.
So
I know the whole Bible.
All the Cuban people, why are not bashing him? He calls himself an Israelite. He reads the Bible more than he reads any other book. Because the Mayat, the laws of Mayat. Why are you not reading the laws of Mayat?
You're the one because you're the one that is basically brainwashed by ideology. They can tell. That's why they're asking you questions because they want to know how does a grown man still believe in fairy tales? How does a grown man still believe in fairy tales?
Wait, I believe in fairy tales, but you're see that? Listen, I believe in fairy tales.
Israelite. Wait a minute.
All right, hold on, one at a time.
Israelite.
All right, and then look, we got another question. Anthony Martinez, and this is to you, Robert. Robert, it takes a lot of faith to be an atheist. So I'd like to know I'd like to know exactly what it is that you believe in.
Look, I'm just gonna let this.
Hold on, Tommy. Let him answer, Tommy. Go ahead.
Let me answer my question.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna let this be known, okay? Because a lot of people don't understand what atheism is. This is what atheism is. The claim is out there by several different people, billions of people. They say God exists. The only thing I say is I do not believe you. I don't believe God exists. But as far as other things, that the same thing. Everybody believes in things. I believe if I need to drink water to stay alive. It's true. Some people will be like, you can drink piss, but that's not true. I'm drinking water, right? I believe that if I walk outside right now, I'm gonna see a blue sky. I believe that. Things like that. I'm not talking. It's not about religion. It's not about God. Only thing an atheist is different from atheist and any other person is they don't believe in a God or gods. Plain and simple. There's no faith in that. All I'm asking is this. I'm not saying God's not real. What I'm saying is if God is real, bring forth your strong
Wait, that
evidence.
don't make no sense.
Bring forth your
Hold
evidence.
on, mute this guy. Mute this guy.
Hold on, Robert. Go ahead.
Mute me.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Hey, T.R. Come on, Raj, let's go. Hey, T.R., he said, I'm an atheist. Be quiet, Raj, be quiet. He says, I'm an atheist, but I'm not saying God don't exist. And he calls himself an Israelite. Boy, if y'all don't knock it off, give me some better competition, man. He says he calls himself an Israelite. I asked him, he says, not just the Bible, but I read it from other books. Well, what other books do you have, and are they older than the Bible that use the word Israelite? So when it's helpful for you, you'll use it. When it's not helpful, then you'll use it because it's really not. He's only calling himself an Israelite, like I said, to play safe. But he's still not going to tell you what book he got it, called himself an Israelite from. I want to hear that. Please, what book do we? Come on, Raj.
What's safe about calling yourself an Israelite if the Israelites are the oppressed people that you say they are?
So you would name yourself after somebody that oppresses people? You're going to call yourself a name after somebody that oppresses people?
What's safe about being
an
Israelite?
Hey, hold on, brother.
No, you didn't hear my question, so I'm going to repeat it again. You didn't hear my question, so I'm going to repeat it again. What's safe about saying you're an Israelite if the Israelites are the oppressed people you say they are?
Go ahead, Tommy.
Like I said, I would like for you to answer the question, then I'll answer your question. You said that you had books to prove you was an Israelite outside the Bible that was younger than the Bible. So I'm asking you, why not just call yourself an Asiatic black man or something else to say it doesn't matter what
You broke up a little bit at the end. What'd you say at the end, Tommy?
I said, why not just say I have no nationality? It doesn't matter since you believe in voting and homosexuality. Why call yourself an Israelite? That's my. I'm trying to ask you because I want to know.
All right, Robert, go ahead.
What do you mean?
Okay,
first of all, you can't go very far without mentioning homosexuals. But there ain't no homosexuals on this panel, bro. That's the thing. You can't go very far without mentioning homo. Yeah, I heard you. You can't go very. You seem to not be able to go very far without mentioning homosexuals. Like it's just stuck on your brain that you got to know about the homosexuals. You need to go ask a homosexual about that, bro. Okay? So stop playing me with the homosexual stuff. Okay? So secondly, because that's your thing.
Go ahead, Robert. Tommy, let him get to your answer, Tommy.
You said I believe in homosexuality. What I'm saying is I don't care if someone's homosexual or not. It doesn't affect me. I know who I am. I'm not homosexual. Now, second, you know what I mean? Because I don't have to talk about it all day. You know what? I rarely mention the word homosexual until I got on this thing with you. I hardly ever say that word.
But I'm saying that's not
what we're talking about this.
Hold on, Tommy. Go ahead, Robert. Finish what you were saying, and then try to address the question that he asked, and then Tommy can address the question that you asked, so we can get direct to some answers. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, and secondly, just repeat the questions that way I can make sure I'm framing it right for you. I don't want to disservice your question. I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead, Tommy. Repeat the question so we can make sure he have the correct context of it, so he can answer the question directly, so we could do some direct answers. Go ahead, Tommy.
I asked him a question. He started talking about homos. Like, we've been done talking about that. The question I asked you was, Mr.
Hold on, Robert. Go ahead.
Mr. Atheist Israelite, I asked you a question. The question I asked was, if you said that you had your nationality was an Israelite, be quiet. You said your nationality was an Israelite. You had other books outside the Bible to go by with that nationality. My question is, what books do we have to read that show that you're an Israelite outside of the Bible? That's the question I asked. You never answered the question.
All right, Robert, what books? What?
An Israelite.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead, Robert.
Well, Lost Tribes in Promised Lands does actually show that when Christopher Columbus came over here, that he not only did he bring Israelite interpreters with him, people that can interpret the Hebrew, but they were speaking Hebrew when they arrived. The people that they met were actually speaking Hebrew. The people that were brought that actually came over. That is juxtaposed with what the Bible said, right?
Hold on, let me go ahead, Tommy. And I'm gonna leave you guys both unmuted. You guys just respect each other's time. Go ahead, Tommy.
So at one moment, he said the Bible isn't real and Deuteronomy 28 was wrong, but then he goes and quotes the lost tribes that show that black people did come over in America and were Israelites. So which way are you going to have it? You trying to have your cake and eat it too? Which way is it?
No, I can chew the meat and spit out the bones. That's why I can look at things and say, hey, you know what?
Telling other people, you're telling other people that
that's
you read
their
a book.
It's their own responsibility.
No, but look, so you
it's
read
their own
a book.
Responsibility for their own research.
Okay, so through your research, you decided that the black people came to America as Israelites, correct? So that means the people in the land of Israel is not Israelites, correct? So why would you do a video saying that you're mad at me for exposing that they're not Israel?
I didn't say I was mad at you. I didn't say I was mad at you, and I never said that. See, now I never said in the video I was mad at you. I called them the fake Jews, like you called them. Hold on, you smiling, but you're not listening. I called them the fake Jews, like you called them the fake Jews. What I'm saying is, you got the same enemy as white races. You and white races have the same enemy. The same people. You guys are.
They're the same people.
All right, Tommy. Hold on. Let's go ahead and address that because that was a big bone of contention. Robert was saying that Tommy has the same enemies as, I think he said, neo-Nazis. Tommy, you want to address that? Let's address that directly.
I sure do. Since he was such a Bible scholar, why he didn't read Genesis 25 and 25? So they're the same people. Russians, Polish, Scottish, Jewish. They're the same people. They're all white people. So how can we have the same ideology of people that hated other people when it was all a hoax and a lie in the first place? Because there's no Balfour Agreement in the Bible, and they used that lie to steal the land of Israel. So how can we have the same enemies over a lie when we ain't killed nobody? Explain that. They used the Balfour Agreement as a lie, and now mind you, everybody's listening. He said he read Ronald Sanders' Lost Tribes to show that black people were the Israelites in America. So I did a video bashing the people in Israel, showing that they're not the Jews. He's saying I'm just like them because we have the same common enemy, when the same common enemy that he's saying we have is the same people. They're Esau. How come you don't know that?
Go ahead, Robert.
Hold on. I do know the teach.
Go ahead, Robert. Sorry about that.
I'm muted. I do know the ideology that some Israelite groups teach that Esau is the white man. Some think they're not. He's not. I don't care about that. Okay. Genesis 25:25, right? The first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, right? And they called him Esau. I know that. I've read that, of course. Okay. Now what I'm saying is that obviously, just like all black people are not Africans, and that's what you definitely believe that. Well, then all white people are not of the same ethnicity as well. And so they know that. It's funny how you know what I mean? And they know that, and they call them a different ethnicity than they are, and they make them their enemies. Prove what? That white people are different ethnicities?
Yeah, no, prove it. Where you getting that from? Prove that. I know that they are, and I can prove that. So you prove it. Now, don't just tell me what you feel in your mind, because the Bible that you saying that you quoted for says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding." You about to break your leg. Go ahead. Prove that.
What do you mean?
So you can tell now. You came up here with your premise saying that we have the same common enemies, neo-Nazis and them, the Jewish people, but when they the same people.
You do.
The neo-Nazis, the fake Jewish people in Israel today, the white people that's in Rome and all those other countries, they're all Esau. They're the same. It don't matter if it's Russia, they're the same people. How come you don't know that if you study so much?
No, do they believe
Yes,
that?
they believe. Look at history. History show they believe.
Jason Elm Street Williams says Hebrews worship one God which came from Egypt.
Jason Elm Street Williams already took a body on here. Why is he asking questions? I already bodied him on 2 other videos. He bodies himself. At least this guy putting up a better fight. I'll give Robert Kelly. He's doing better than Jason Elm Street Williams. But that's not the question I asked, because you know what's going to happen, Robert Kelly. You know like I know. You know you an Israelite. You will wake up. You had a bad experience with ICIU or whoever you're following, and that's why you're mad. Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't believe what ICIU teach. We don't teach what ICIU teach, and we're not the same people. You know you Israel. You'll call us Israel one minute, and the next minute you tell us to vote. You'll call us Israel one minute, and the next minute you'll tell us to join the system of homosexuals. Which one is it? You can't have your cake and eat it too, my nigga. Which one is it?
So look.
No, man, so look. You still haven't answered the question. How did you come to so you came to the premise that we were Israelites from an Israelite book, correct? You read an Israelite book that you dislike, correct?
Go ahead, Tommy. Ask him the question, and then go ahead, Robert.
You learned you was an Israelite from an Israelite book, correct?
All right, go ahead, Robert.
It's not an Israelite book.
Oh my! Oh wow! You're now. That sounds foolish, because any Israelite knows that's one of the books you need to become an Israelite. That they research and show our history. You know that. You know why you know that? Because you admitted when Tyrone was on the show before the show started that you was an Israelite out of ICIU, and that's one of the books you have to read. So don't lie. Stop lying. You're a liar. Stop lying. You're a liar, sir. Stop lying.
Hold on.
Were you an
what am I
Israelite?
lying
Yes
about?
or no?
It's
Did
not
you
an
say
Israel.
you
What
was
is an
ICIU?
Hold on.
Yes or no? Let your yes be yes and no be no.
Hold on.
Were you an Israelite?
Hold on, Tommy. Let him answer.
Were you an Israelite before? Were you part of an Israelite group before? Yes or no?
I was part of an Israelite group. That's why I'm an atheist now.
Is that not a book that you must read to become part of the Israelite group? Yes or no?
No.
You're a liar.
It's not.
You are a liar. And that's what the Bible says.
That?
The atheist that don't believe in God is a liar, and there's no truth in him, because you are a liar. And you know that because other Israelites is watching.
I don't have to lie.
That's a book you must read to become an Israelite.
No, it's
what are
not
you talking
true.
about?
Wait a minute. So you mean
go ahead, Tommy. Let him respond. Go ahead, Robert.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that if I just dropped a Bible in a group of black people, nobody could figure out by the Bible and become Israelites by the Bible? They need that book too? What if that book had never been invented? Would you have never woke up? Is that what you're trying to say?
Go ahead, Tommy.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is 99.9% of all Israelites that get that book that you quoted from are Israelites that are taught this.
Israelites do you know? Let me ask you this. How many Israelites do you know? How many Israelites you know are?
Wait, no, hold on. I want to go further. So where did you get the book from?
You don't know no other one.
Where'd you get the book from?
The library.
You're a liar again. It's not in the library.
I'm a liar.
You're a liar. It's not the library. You're a liar.
All right, you guys here.
All right,
you guys.
Because the book is a special.
You call me a liar. You believe.
All right, hey, you guys, look. Hold on. At this point, I'm sure all the people could Google or they could research and find out how exactly you guys could get the book, and then they could go from there to figure out who's telling what. Jeff Taylor says, and I think this is to you, Robert Kelly, he says, you said by your own admission you read Deuteronomy 28, so that those, let me scroll back up, it went down. It says you read Deuteronomy 28, so that those so-called fairy tale curses, as you call it, are saying that they never happened, and at all we live in harmony and peace, Robert.
Is that a question or something?
Nah, it's a comment. Will Henderson says, he was called the way, the truth, and the light, even resurrected Lazarus, walked on water, casted out demons.
That's some more foolishness that they have to believe.
More foolishness, but it's so much foolishness that you following the books and calling yourself an Israelite. So can you do us a favor then? Do us a favor.
I think it's very
an American. No, listen, this is what you can do. This is what you can do. Call yourself an American. Go vote. Listen, call yourself an American. Go vote and go bleach your skin. That's what you can do for us. And change the name from Israel.
Hold on, Robert, before you guys go,
Right.
hold on. Tawan Corey Carr says, "What's the name? What's the book called again?" I think people want to
Lost
go and
Tribes
check
of the
on
Promised
the
Land
book.
by Ronald Sanders.
Lost Tribes.
Every Israelite that reads the book knows that we came from Timbuktu. We ran into Africa. According to Luke 21, he said the Bible's not real, but Christ told us we were going to Africa. In Luke 21, he said that we will flee over the mountains. We ran into the Atlas Mountains, went into Africa. They paid Shaka Zulu and all those Hamite Africans that are not us muskets, wine, and liquor to find us. They took us over here, fulfilling the prophecies of Deuteronomy 28, coming into the land of America. And this is our land, of the last land of our captivity. And we will be free before this little 400 years is up. If he like it or not, if he laughs or not, he calls himself an Israelite. So if the Bible's so fake, why would you call yourself an Israelite? I'm not going to call myself a Muslim.
Did you know white people have that same doctrine?
All right, hold on, Robert.
You know
Answer.
there's white people that believe they're the Israelites. Did you know that?
Okay, so you are answering. Okay.
Did you know that there's white people? There's white people that believe that the fake Jews are fake Jews, and the Jews in Israel, the Israelis are fake Jews, and they believe that they're the Israelites according to the curses. Did you know that?
No, that's not true. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's true.
But it doesn't. Listen, we're not on here. Listen, we're not on here to entertain what white people believe. We're on in here to show what our people believe.
You are entertaining the same things. You're entertaining the same things that you believe it's black people. They believe it's white people because you're both a group of idiots.
Wait, time out. You're attaching yourself to the same group though by calling yourself an Israelite, sir.
You're
confused yourself.
Robert Kelly, are you an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite.
Oh, see, end of discussion. Now, mind you, I want everybody to put a big L next to R. Kelly's name because you just took an L today, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and go. You prove you're an Israelite that don't believe in the Bible.
Robert, you want to clarify what you mean?
What I'm talking about is the whole Bible sky daddy shit that leads them to believe that they're Israelites is the same thing that white people believe to make themselves believe that they're Israelites as well. And they are stuck in a state of myth. They believe mythology, right? They believe that somebody resurrected from the dead. They believe people walk on water. They believe all that dumb shit.
So why would
never see an amputee grow his? You'll never see an amputee grow his leg back, though, do you? You never seen.
So why would you disrespect yourself? Mind you, look, since it's such bullshit, why would you disrespect yourself and attach your name to the bullshit?
Like I said before,
you're just like the other. Listen, you're just like the other.
Hold on, let him finish. Go ahead, Robert.
Like I said before, what someone's nationality is and what someone's religion is are two separate things. You can't separate them in your mind because the only reason you believe,
hold on, Tommy, go ahead.
You're religiously indoctrinated to do that. That's what I'm saying. You are under a spell of religion, and you're doing nothing. You claim to love black people, but you're leading black people in the same bondage that has always been upon them. Plain and simple. Religion has been a bondage on the people the whole time, and you are a part of that.
Well,
go
ahead,
Tommy.
That sounds retarded because I'm a part of that, but he names himself right after that. He says he's an Israelite based upon the same information that I know I'm an Israelite on. But now it's only convenient for him because you know why? This is what they do. It's a crafty tactic. It's a serpent tactic. It's a snake tactic. He'd know if he would have said, because he watches all the videos, if he knows Deuteronomy 28, he studies Israelites. He'd know if he would have said anything outside of that when I asked him what his nationality was, that was him putting a shield up for protection. That's why he doesn't have a book to believe in that I would tear to pieces. He doesn't really have anything to believe in. Just the Bible isn't real. But what really made him take the L today is the bipolarness of him by saying, I know I'm an Israelite. When he said that, finish him. So really we can conclude this ass whooping because that's exactly what it is. And it's not me belittling him or demeaning him. He demeaned and belittled himself. Because if we were so bad and our sky daddy wasn't real and all that, why would you name yourself after the sky daddy's children?
All right.
That doesn't make any sense.
All right, Robert. And here, let's do this, you guys. Let's give our final comments and our final thoughts, and let's go ahead and wrap it up. And like I said, there's a lot of questions. I'm not able to get to all the questions because some of the questions are like they're questions that come right after the next question. So after you give an answer, it's going to be a question to that answer, then a question to that answer, then a question to that answer, which a lot of these would be completely different debates in itself. So maybe we need to do that. But I have got to many questions as we can, but we do got a little bit of time constriction too. And I am trying to ask people questions directed to both people. And so let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's go ahead and take a second. Tommy, let's get your final thoughts and let's go ahead and wrap it up. Well, in fact, I think the way we should do it, since Robert was the one that had the rebuttal and he laid out his premises first, I think it would be fair to be able for Tommy to go out and give his final response last, just in all fairness to the way that the debate came about. Okay, Robert, go ahead, Robert.
Definitely. So let's sum it up. What have we heard here? Okay. Tommy is a good brother. He loves his people. Okay. But through mythology, through fables, through false dichotomy, through bigotry, he's been led astray. Hatred for others is not the way. It's never gotten anything done. Hatred for others is never gotten anything done. And it will not do anything for black people. Basing your ideology on hatred, following a God that promotes genocide, that will allow abortion, that has wiped every single person off the face of the earth except for 8 people at one point in time, allegedly, that puts men in fishes for 3 days, that blood sacrifices his own son to pay for other wicked people's sins. Those kind of fairy tales all take away from our people taking responsibility for who we are. Okay, he has the same enemies, meaning the fake Jews, meaning what he calls uppity Negroes and gay people. He has the same ones that the alt-right nationalists claim as their enemies. Okay, and the only difference is it's a skin color thing. It's a very shallow difference for them. And it's not going to be anything. The reason that movement is progressing is because they prey on the weak, they prey on uneducated people, they prey on poor people, and they claim to have answers that the only people that believe this type of stuff is people that know nothing about what's really going on in the world. You're not going to meet anybody that's been anywhere, that's done anything, that's really contributed anything to society running with these people. And there's a reason for that. The reason is because you have to be empty in your head for them to put their rhetoric inside of it. Okay. He focuses on things, that we can all agree on sometimes, like loving your neighbor, not murdering, not stealing, not lying, not adultering. But the truth is clear that you don't need the Bible to tell you not to do any of those things. Okay. Because in any society, good people are going to do good things. Bad people are going to do bad things. But if you wanted to get a good person to do a bad thing, it's going to take a religious indoctrination in order to do that. And that's what they do in order to justify their genocidal, homicidal, immoral God. Is they give you a religion that says if God said it, you got to do it, no matter how egregious, no matter how immoral, no matter how destructive it is. And I'll always come against people like that.
All right. And so that's what you had in conclusion. And let me get to Tommy. And Tommy, what do you have in conclusion, Tommy? Go ahead.
Hopefully everybody didn't fall asleep listening to that madness. I'm sure everybody's seen the bipolarness of this guy today, saying he's an Israelite and he's not an Israelite. For one, I'm still trying to find this video. The last video, I'm trying to see, when did I ever say we need to get some guns and go kill white people? I'm trying to figure out, is this the CNN online talking point that Israelites want to kill white people? Because I could have swore my last video was us talking about getting our shit together. Because we're not in this position because of white people. Let me repeat that again. We're not in this position to blame the white man. I don't get up in the morning and blame the white man for anything. You know what I blame? My people for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Because why? It's a problem, reaction, solution. If you don't keep the commandments and the law, which he just said it was good out the side of his mouth, then that's the thing that's ridiculous. He's a pick and chooser. Well, there is good to love your neighbor and do this, but you just said he was a homicidal maniac. Which one do you want to follow? At one moment, you want to quote the homicidal maniac when it's beneficial to you. And at the other moment, you know why? Because it's God's game. You ever heard your black parents say, I brought you in this world and I can take your ass out. God created you, so he has every right to destroy you if he wants to. If you don't turn out the way he wants, he has every right to destroy you. The problem with you guys that like to eat off the tree of good and evil and the knowledge of good and evil, you believe God has to serve you the way you want God to serve you. And it doesn't work that way. In order to serve God or follow anything, if you're going to be a Boy Scout, you must learn how to tie a goddamn knot. So if you're going to be an Israelite, there's rules to follow to be an Israelite, because we're not just going to let anybody into the kingdom. It's not going to be no homosexuals in the kingdom. There's not going to be no mosque in the kingdom. There's not going to be no Buddhist temple in the kingdom of heaven. So you only got one choice. In America, you have many choices, because why? America is the modern day Babylon, where you can be anything you want. And mind you, he doesn't believe the LBGT is a problem. When they're done, they're going to keep adding letters onto it. When they're done, it'll be LGBTQZ. The Z will stand for zoophilia. If you don't believe me, everybody go to Google. That's to have sex with animals. They'll be able to marry the animals next. And he won't have no problem with that. Just keep that goddamn Bible out of here. We don't want to believe in that Bible. So at the end of the day, let this guy say what he wants to say. He came on my page. He introduced himself into the situation that me and Tyrone had to actually help black people. Then he remixed it in his rebuttal and said, I'm saying kill white people. We need to go kill all these people. And then compared us to the Nazis that gassed people and killed gays, lesbians, blacks, retarded people, and everything. Well, we're not saying kill anybody. Matter of fact, I don't want nobody to die. How about that? I don't want anybody to die. But is people going to die? Yes, they're going to die. Because before they come back, they're going to choose their own way. The Bible, I'm going to leave with a Bible verse. The Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. For one, I'm an Israelite all the way through and through. I'm not going to debate a Kemet person and then call myself a Kemet name when they ask me what is my nationality. That shows his backwardness. But at the end of the day, that's his opinion. You can say Sky Daddy all you want to, but I'm going to tell everybody what the truth of the matter of the fact is. Laugh, make jokes about us, do whatever you want about us. We're the fastest growing organization, and there's nothing you can do to put this lid back in. You can never put these old wine into new bottles. So wherever you go, you're going to hear more people talking about they Israelites, and you guys can get mad. Get upset all you want to. Get mad. I hope you break something when you get mad. Go break the mirror if you want to. Nothing can change. Because your little small circle is going to stay small, and our stuff's going to get big. And I want to say thank you to R. Kelly for coming out. I want to give you a thank you, because the people need to see this, the understanding where through this whole video it was no solutions. His solutions was don't talk about homosexuals, vote, and healthcare, and don't believe in the Bible. So his whole point of the show was just to debate the Bible. But this is my last premise I'm going to say. If the Bible isn't real, why spend so much time trying to prove it that it's not real? If it's not real, why don't you sit back and just laugh at everybody that believes in it? You know why? Because that's your religion, is not believing in the Bible and putting a little bit of non-hope in people, like some of the people that's in the comments today that I don't have to read.
All right, you guys. I want to tell both of you guys thank you for coming on. I hope everybody got to hear a good perspective from both sides. There are still a lot of questions for both of you. There's a lot of questions for both of you. I got time. If you guys got time, we can.
I gotta go real quick. I'm gonna ask one more question.
Go ahead.
Hey, R. Kelly, I know you're 38. When you gonna graduate so we can come out there? We want to see that American dream. So I want to be there because I heard you was going to San Bernardino Valley College, and I want to be there when you graduate. Now, I'm gonna bring you a gift or something, my brother. So let me know when you're gonna graduate at 38, or what is it, 40? How old you gonna be to get that American dream? Oh, okay.
I'll let you. Well, it's not American dream. It's called education. And if you don't want one, that shows a lot about who you are.
I don't need it. I got money, bro. You need it.
All right,
you can't
guys.
It out.
All right, you guys. Look, let's go ahead and leave it at that. Let's not go too much to the left with it.
I want to go though.
Look,
You don't want. You don't want to know.
if you guys want to stay and keep going over the merits of what you guys are talking about, or even talk about some of these questions and comments, we could do it. Otherwise, maybe it might be good to get both of you guys on, and maybe you guys might want to come and answer some of these questions that were directly posed to you guys. Because, like I said, there's a lot of questions and comments, and some of them are coming through fast. But I don't want to read comments that are just personal comments, just directed, because some people on here are just going to try to prove you guys both wrong. And so that is a whole nother challenge within itself. So if you want to come on and you guys want to take some of these questions and go back and forth and let these people know the answers to their questions, that would be great as well. I'm sure they would love it. Go ahead, Tommy, and Robert, you could say something else too if you guys got something else to say. Go ahead.
You got a guy out there saying that he debated me and he destroyed me. A guy that was kind of around me that really wasn't around me. I'm not going to say your name because I know you want to be famous. I'm going to say this. You never debated me, and if you do debate me, I will flame you. And you know that I will flame you. So don't even play me. Don't come out there talking about you used to be with this and, trying to play that, run around saying my name, trying to act tough. Because you don't really, I think you got a misconception of who I really am. So if you want that, go ahead and let Tyrone Irvin know you can get the business too.
All right, so whoever he's talking to, if you want to get a debate, let me know. Robert, go ahead, say something else. I know you got something on your mind. I see you sitting there too. You go ahead.
No, I'm good. I want to thank Tommy. You know what I mean? I didn't make the commentary out of any kind of malice or anything. It's just a general disagreement. So, you know what I mean? That's what's up. I really do appreciate it.
I want to say this though, Robert. I don't want to leave on a bad note because I shot a lot of jokes at you. I want to say, even though you have hatred towards what we believe, I still love you. And if you ever want to reach out and talk to me, we can reach out because guess what? I ain't on here to destroy you. I'm not on here to get at you personal. I take it personal when it's our records, and that's what I want you to understand. At the end of the day, if you were stuck in a ditch somewhere, you was walking, I would jump out my car and still help you because guess what? We're still taught to love, regardless if y'all hate us or not, or think this fairy tale. So even though you may think it's a fairy tale, one day, I pray the Most High sends one of us to help you in your time of need, brother. That's it. That's all I got to say.
And likewise, and I appreciate that. That's lovely. That's a lovely sentiment, and I appreciate that. And likewise, man, I would never wish any harm on you. And if I could help you any way, I will. And if you ever want to reach out, just to chop it up, whatever, man, it's fine. It's cool.
It ain't nothing personal. I love you. Shalom.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
All right, and I want to thank you guys both for that. I want to thank you guys both for that. So, because we can have these debates and we can have things that might be contentious to certain people, but everybody got a chance to see where both of you guys are coming from. So it give people a chance to, you could go look at things for yourself. You could go study things for yourself, and and feel free, you guys can ask questions, and so this is what it's about. If somebody else want to come on here and you guys want to do the same thing, let us know. It's not about destroying each other. It's actually about letting other people's thoughts be heard. And so that's what we're doing. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you. Terry Mitchell, thank you. Thank everybody. Jared Moody, thanks for watching. Let's see. Tunisha Cole Israel, thanks for watching. Jason Elm Street, thanks for watching. China Yeshanda Israel, thanks for watching. Tawan Corey Carr, what's up, cuzzo? Thank you for watching. I want to thank everybody that watched. If you guys can share. We're about to start doing this on YouTube as well because sometimes Facebook, we feel like we're a little bit limited to Facebook, so we might use some of this start doing this on YouTube. If you guys can, go to the Soapbox Heroes channel on YouTube and make sure that you subscribe. I think they got a bell so when we go live, so we're about to start doing this. But yeah. That's it. And you guys have a good day. I appreciate it. Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys coming on, doing what you guys do. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, much respect to all y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. And we need more stuff like this so we can get people to look and see some of the stuff that we're talking about. So I want to thank Robert Kelly for even having enough guts to even do a commentary video to even want to debate me. So thank you, Mr. Robert Kelly.
All
right. You have a good one, man. Both you guys.
All right. Thank you guys. This is Soapbox Heroes. We are out.